Hey guys, what's going on? It's Kevin here, and welcome back to another World of Tanks PC replays. Today's replay is of Tomek 9606 in his Tier 8 Japanese medium tank, the STA-1, in a platoon with his buddy here in the AMX 5100, the French Tier 8 heavy tank. His name is Focus, and they're on a standard battle on Serene Coast. Tier 9 matchmaking down to Tier 7. Vast majority of the players are in fact in Tier 8, so I think it's fair to say that when he does a whole lot of damage this game, he's not using a bunch of premium rounds or really good matchmaking. Even if he did this much damage in when you were top tier, that's still pretty impressive nonetheless. But anyway, I'm gonna sort of let the gameplay do its thing for a little bit here, because honestly, the gameplay it starts off a little bit slow. He's gonna be doing damage and stuff, but for right now, you can just look at the 1080p, 60 FPS, ultra settings, footage, while I talk about the STA-1 versus the M26 Pershing versus the Centurion Mark 1, all Tier 8 medium tanks for the respective nations. Just gonna be going over, the bare minimum of things here. Not gonna be going super in depth. It's a pretty short gameplay overall. Not that short actually, but it's gonna be a short video because it's only one gameplay. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into some stats here. So hit points. 1450 for the Japanese and the British tank, and then the American 10 HP below at 1440 HP. Not a huge, discrepancy there. Pretty close overall. Signal range 750 meters for the Japanese, 745 for the American, and 750 meters for the British tank. Speed limit, which is pretty important considering it's a medium tank, 45 kilometers an hour for the Japanese tank, 48 for the American, and 40 for the British Centurion Mark 1. So overall, not a huge difference in the HP, signal range, and speed limit, but overall, the American and the British, or excuse me, the Japanese and the British are a bit closer, and then usually the American slugs behind just a tiny bit, excluding the speed limit. Now let's move over to the armor, because this is where things get a little interesting. This is where obviously the Japanese medium tank here is going to fall behind by a lot, but it has its its pros and its cons overall, and we'll talk about that later. But for right now, let's talk about the armor. So yes, this is where the Japanese tank does really do bad. Hull armor, I'm going to be going over these really quickly here. 45 front, 35 side, 25 the rear. These are on paper, by the way. These aren't effective. The American has the best hull armor here with 100 on the front, 76 on the side, and then 50 on the rear. And then the British one, tank being in the middle of the two, with 75 on the front, 51 on the side, and 38 on the rear. So definitely the American takes the whole armor on paper test for sure. When it comes to turret armor, however, this is where the British Centurion Mark 1 is going to be beating out some of these guys. Quick update on the gameplay, it's 1 to 7. Things are looking pretty grim, aren't they? We'll see what this guy can do though. But back to the stats here. Turret armor, definitely the British tank wins here. 165 in the front, 112 on the side, and 112 on the rear. The Japanese tank, 70 in the front, 60 on the side, 35 in the rear. And then for the American, 127 in the front, 76 on the side, and 63 on the rear. So that was like the bulk of the stats there for the armor. I don't want to be reading a bunch of stats for every single category. That's going to be a little ridiculous. A quick update on the gameplay. Once more, 3 to 8. They're doing a little bit better than they were a few minutes ago, but things are definitely looking pretty grim here. Hopefully this guy here, Tomek 9606, can really start carrying his team. We'll see if he can. Back to the stats. Traverse speed is 44 degrees a second for the Japanese tank, 38 degrees a second for the American tank, and 36 degrees a second for the British Centurion Mark 1. So definitely there, the Japanese tank takes the overall winner for that one by quite a lot. Fire chance here, which is pretty important, I think. Fire chance is 12% and then 20% for the American and the British, because the Japanese tank uses diesel and not gasoline. And oh boy, he's ricocheting some shots here in this gameplay. He's got to defend this hill here pretty hard. Turret traverse speed is 42 degrees. For the American, it's 38, and for the British, it is 36. So turret traverse speed and turret traverse speed and hull traverse speed, the Japanese tank definitely comes out and wins this category overall. Quick update on the gameplay again. 8 to 10. He's doing a lot of damage at this hill. Let's see if he can keep it up. A lot of his teammates are falling very quickly here, but he's doing a very good job using this good gun depression, gun elevation, and stuff like that to really, just show the turret over the hill and be in a good spot to counteract the attack into his base. So back to the stats. Damage a minute, the damage per minute, the Japanese tank is going to win with 1920 HP a minute on the AP and heat shells, with the American and British tanks about 200 or so less damage per minute. Now this is where the Japanese tank is going to really shine, is in the gun overall. It's the 90mm. Rate of fire 8 rounds a minute, reload time 7.5 seconds, accuracy 0.36 meters, and aim time of 2.3 seconds. Pretty much all of these are better than its counterparts, except for the accuracy, which is a little bit better than the British tank, and a little bit worse, or excuse me, it's a little bit worse than the British tank, and it's a little bit better than the American tank. So overall, when it comes to rate of fire, reload time, accuracy, and aim time, this is where this 90mm on this tank is really devastating. Combined with the good elevation and gun depression, it really can use, the area around it, like this guy is using this little small hill here, to really just hurt the enemy so much, and just really quickly get that shot out, pock back up, because with this tank, it has really bad hull armor, so if an artillery shell hits it, it's going to do a lot of damage, no joke about it, and there is an artillery still alive, so he's got to be very careful of that. But at this point in the gameplay, we're watching as Tomek is trying to defend the sill for quite some time now, right next to his cap, and he's doing a very good job of it. I know I've been talking about the stats quite a lot here, which by the way you can find in the description if you want to check them out. I know I've been talking a lot about the stats, but he's doing a really good job here of defending this hill. Just look at this. I don't know how many enemies he's killed so far. JK, I do. He's killed 4 enemies so far. He's got to have done a lot of damage. And this is a tier 8 tank and a tier 9 match practically. I mean, he's not using a bunch of premium rounds. I don't think he's used like any premium rounds. So I think this guy's done a very good job in using the strengths of this tank to his advantage here. I'm actually going to speed this part up a little bit because I don't think he does anything at the moment. Let's see. Yeah, he's going to come up here. I'm going to speed this up a little bit. It's not that this tank is really slow or anything like a T95 obviously, but it's just going to make the replay a little bit quicker instead of having to watch him just go around a map and listen to my voice drone on. Okay, this is a good spot to keep it going. So yeah, so far 6 minutes 30 seconds about left in the match. Finds the artillery. One of the few times where the accuracy does get him, unfortunately. He's gonna try again here, and that one actually bounced. I believe that bounced. It was just some angles are automatic ricochets no matter the armor. Gets one shell into him. He's going for another, and he gets it. You guys have to look at that. Like if you go back and look at that, you can like see how much of his tank that he's showing. He's using the terrain around him to show just that turret, just where that gun can go over the hill. Use that gun depression and shoot right there, because that's how you're going to do well in this tank. It does not have the whole armor at all to fight. Oh god, I can't imagine someone trying to brawl in this tank. Oh, that would be horrendous. That's just terrible. But at this point in the gameplay, he's going for his top gun. It's a Tiger 1 left on the enemy team. I don't know where the Tiger 1 actually is, but I'm sure he's going to find him. We'll see. He has 933 HP left, so... Oh, there he is. I don't know if the Tiger is AFK or not. Guess we'll find out. 2 normal shells left. It still has 10 heat shells left. And yes, this tank does use heat instead of APECR for the premium shells. Gets a quick shell into the Tiger. Takes no damage in return. Another good shot there through the train railway there. The train carts. One more good shot. He's looking for the final one to kill him. Will he do it? Just kidding. I don't know the damage apparently because it's not that much. One more should kill him. He's gonna bounce. Some spots on the front armor of that Tiger are actually very strong. some spots. And he's aiming at it right now. That's 2 in a row. I've done this before, so I can't really kill him or shame him. But he does eventually get it and gets his top gun for a very clean and solid game. So let's go ahead and look at the post-screen results. Here is the player, just so here's the player here, just so you guys can see who it is. Tomek9606. Very good game. Mastery badge, 66,000 silver, 2,450 XP for a grand total of 5,896 damage in a tier 8 Japanese heavy tank without any premium shells and without very good matchmaking either. So congratulations to you. A very, very good game indeed. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, a like is always appreciated. Once again, congratulations to you, my friend. The comparison will be in the description if you guys want to check it out. Like I said earlier in the video. That's about it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great and safe day, and good luck on the battlefield.